So maybe you have a home service business already, you have a window cleaning business, but you need an add-on service that'll bring in a lot of money. So I'm going to show you how to get started in roof and gutter cleaning, really focusing on roof debris as well. It's super easy, you need minimum amount of equipment, and I'll show you how to price the jobs. So an easy side gig you can do on your window cleaning business is cleaning up these roofs and gutters. It's pretty critical because this debris traps moisture on the roof. You want to target all the debris that's kind of in these valleys here, everything on the gutters as well, and I'll show you guys how to do that. So bare minimum equipment that you need is a ladder to get up there. I use a brush on an extension pole. These are pretty cheap from Home Depot to get the debris off the roof. Gloves are a must, and then a cordless blower is pretty easy to find, pretty cheap at Home Depot or at a pawn shop, and then of course a bag for the debris. Now you also want to make sure that you have shoes that are good enough to get up on the roof. You can wear tennis shoes, but I picked up these roofing shoes. They're about $200. They're Cougar Paws. As I said, 200 bucks, it's a really good investment. It really keeps you from slipping on the shingles, but they're not necessary when you're first starting the business. All right, this Gorilla ladder was from Home Depot. It was about 180 bucks. It's 22 feet, fully extended. If I had to go back and do it again, I'd probably invest in the 26-foot ladder. But they're pretty easy to deploy with one guy. You definitely want someone heeling the ladder. You can gently rest it on the gutters if they're strong enough, or on the side of the house, whatever works. So I start from the top of the roof and work my way down so I can get all the debris collected. Then I push it off onto the ground and bag it. Working our way top to bottom, just loosen it up and then we can get the blower to get the rest. The first thing you want to do is take into account your overhead. For me, that looks like liability insurance, which I highly recommend, and then any gear that I need to replace, which honestly isn't often. So the big thing to worry about really is how much time are you putting into this? When you're starting your home service business, your goal should be at working a pace of at least $100 an hour. If this is going to take me 2 hours, I'm going to charge $200. 3 hours, $300. And then you want to factor in risk. This roof here is a pretty low risk roof to be on, especially considering I have solid footwear and pitch hoppers if I need it. But you really want to factor in that risk. Your overhead, which is liability insurance, which is anywhere from $50 to $100 a month. One job pays for it 3 times over. So I highly recommend getting that. A lot of the high paying clients will definitely want to see that. And then you just really figure out how quickly can I do this job and do it right. So this roof is going to take me about, well, starting out, it took me about 2.5 hours when I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have gear, charged $250 for it. And as I get faster, maybe this is a $200 roof. And then you'll get to the point where you're working at $200 an hour because you really want to know your worth. You really want to know this is an annual service. What's a fair price? You want to figure out the risk level, and then you'll be able to comfortably say, all right, well, let me start my pricing point at $100 an hour. And as I get this recurring work, then I'll work at a faster pace, still make the same amount of money. All right, so just to recap, in order to get a roof and gutter cleaning done, you really just need a brush on an extension pole, you need an extension ladder, you need a blower. Make sure you have good shoes and liability insurance, but that's really all you need to get started. Again, this roof is $200 to $250. Knock it out easy, 2 hours or less, move on to the next job. The roofs in this neighborhood are super easy to traverse, so again, just get started. Add it onto your window cleaning. It's an easy 200 bucks or more that you can score off of one job. So if you have any questions, comment below. I'm happy to answer anything, and I'll try to make more videos like this. See you guys later.